Good morning. My name's Kyle. I am the Pentographer, and I'd like to thank you for joining me again today. So today, I wanted to talk about why I've switched to cheaper brands of pens. Not like garbage level cheap. We don't want to go there. I have a few of those already, just more as a test than anything, and that's enough for me. No, I'm talking the brands that are like surprisingly good. So I'm talking Majon, I'm talking some Jinhao, and Asvine are the main three that I'm thinking of in this particular video. So, as many of you know, I am no longer making what I was making at the mine. So it's a lot more difficult to make ends meet, and a lot harder to justify random pen purchases. I've got a few. I have bought a few lately, as well as a couple of like cheaper inks, just to try some stuff to add to my collection, to add to the videos that I can do about various pens. I'm working on shooting content for all of those, but for the most part, I'm keeping it pretty limited. So that's the first major reason why I've switched to these cheaper pen brands, because number one, they're actually decent for the quality. Like they actually have decent quality. And number two, the price is right for that quality. Make sense? Good. So that's the primary reason. Secondary reason is they're actually just good pens. Especially my two current favorites are the Asvines and the Jinhaos, believe it or not. I thought I'd have the Majon. I mean, there's only three anyway, so I guess I could technically say they're all my favorites. But I really like Asvine's offerings, and the Jinhao 10 is hard to ignore as a really good competitor to the Majon A1 and the Pilot Vanishing Point. It's a really good contender in there. So yeah, I wish it came with a few more things. The Majons come with stuff, they come with an extra cartridge, the little rubber stopper, and they come with a converter, and they come with a cartridge and a little metal sheath that goes over the cartridge so that it doesn't get like ruined inside there. It doesn't like compress it, so it just helps with that. So I like that it comes with those things. The Jinhao does not come with any of those things. It just comes with a converter. So I don't know. It's good for the price, but still, I wish it came with a few other things. And then the Majon stuff. Again, I've been getting a few new Majons lately. I wanted to branch out from the A1 because I talk about it a lot. So I'm trying to branch out from that and test some of their other offerings. So far I've got three additional different Majon pens that I'm testing out. One is a Japanese eyedropper, which is very interesting. I had not seen those before. Another one's another piston filler, and then another one is another eyedropper, just a regular eyedropper. So, and I'm sure you've probably seen a couple of them. So those are three that I've got to try out. Asvine, I've picked up another V200. That's it. I went for the expensive one. I went for the expensive one because mine at home is, I think it's a medium. Yeah, it's a medium. And I wanted to try a fine. I really wanted to try a fine. I was tired of waiting. I'd been wanting to get a second one for a while. I want to use the medium as sort of a daily driver, like carry with me pen that I don't care if it gets all scuffed up, because it will. And then I want to keep the fine at home and keep it kind of nice. So yeah, so those are kind of the things I've been looking at. Jinhao, other than the 10, I don't have a ton of Jinhao stuff. I do find a lot of the time their stuff is much cheaper. I do have a couple of unique ones. I have a 9019. That's quite large, very, very large pen actually. I have that one. It's okay. Its quality is fine. And then there's a couple of other ones. They're numbered, so I can't remember them off the top of my head. But I had two of them. I gave one of them away to my brother. The other one I'm keeping. I told him what it was. I told him that, this isn't known as a great pen. But I had two of them. I forget what it was. It's a smaller version of the 9019. It's not a great pen as far as my understanding goes. My understanding is it is quite quick to fall apart. So Jinhao, it's really in the running because of the Jinhao 10. That 10, that one is good. Everything else is sort of hit and miss. But I've switched to these brands because I just simply can't afford the expensive ones right now. Whether it be because of tariffs or because of shipping or because of just the price itself, like I just can't do it right now. And the other thing is, I guess I haven't found a Canadian pen retailer that I like yet. I haven't done a ton of looking, so I need to do that soon to try to figure out where I might be buying these, the better name brands anyways. But I used to get stuff from Goulet pens, and unfortunately, the only reason that worked is because we were able to sneak across the border. And then when I say sneak, I mean like we legally crossed the border. There was no sneaking involved. We were able to get across the border, and we had a shipping box up there that we could just go and grab the stuff and bring it back. I think one of the first orders I did from Goulet, I shipped it to Canada, and I basically paid for it twice. And I said, I'm not doing this again. Like, I'm not paying these import duties on a friggin' pen that I could literally just carry across the border in my pocket, and they would never know better. So that's what we started doing. I'm sorry, I pay enough taxes in this country. I'm not paying your stupid import duties. So we would just have it shipped to the box. We'd go across, we'd stash the box in the car, and then we'd go right across. And I actually got to a point where I was even just throwing the boxes out in the States. So that we didn't have those boxes, like the shipping boxes that were coming in, and they're never going to see that. Like, that's not going to be something. And if they did find it, it's like, oh no, that's something I had with it. That was something that was in the car. We often had stuff in the car. We have a child, so there was often just random stuff in the car anyways. So that was kind of how we did the pen thing for a while. But we no longer have that shipping box because we're in Southern Ontario. So I'd have to come up with another solution to even get pens. And some of the Goulet specific offerings are off the table, I guess, for now. Unless I really, really want, I'm going to really save up for it. But probably not going to happen. So not anytime soon, anyways. So those are a couple of reasons why I switched to these sort of cheaper brands. That's why you're going to see a lot of that stuff going forward for a little while here, anyways. Because they're just within reach at the moment, and I think they're going to be in reach for a lot of people. It's going to be difficult to get, a $200, $300, $400 pen, and more for people. Like, people can't afford to eat, man. So why am I buying a pen when I can't afford to feed my family or feed myself or whatever it is? So I mean, I'm just going to keep it to the cheap stuff for a little while. But in that, I don't want people to be discouraged because there's a lot of great offerings there, and I'm really only picking these up so that I know which ones are good offerings, so that I can do reviews of those pens, and that people will be able to see those and go, oh, hey, I wanted to get into fountain pens, but I thought they were too expensive. But this pen is like $30, so I can afford that. So that's kind of the gist there. So, anyways, that's more or less it. Simple reasons. It's just stuff's expensive, and it's hard to justify a pen when you're trying to eat. So I'm gonna cut it there. Subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that. I love growing my audience and seeing where we can go with this. I got to get back to mirroring my stuff on Rumble because YouTube is apparently pulling some shenanigans. So I don't know. We'll see. I'd like to diversify. Obviously, I would love to go full decentralized and just do that, but I can't ignore the other viable options I have, so I'm going to have to keep trying to play a few games here for a little bit. But yeah, that's it. Have a great day, and as I always say, may your pen always be inked.